Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now, TGIF, to you and yours. I'm Justin Gould. Happening now, the mother and doctor of a child that was brutally murdered in April 2014 took the stand, their testimony in the child's final hours next. Plus, a Jamestown brewing company will finally be able to serve local alcohol. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Friday, everybody. And like we've been telling you all week, it's rinse and repeat weather. Here's a live look from the Mill Creek Mall Sky Vision camera. Nothing but blue sky right now in Erie. 73 degrees, southwest wind to 5. And again, when we have that southerly wind component, that will help warm up our temperatures a little bit more. High pressure still dominates across the Northeast. So as I've been telling you, when high pressure is in control, it can't rain. The air is very dry, and the temperatures will warm up, especially throughout the next day or so. 70 over 48 was the low and high yesterday. This is really close to where we should be for this time of the year. Record for today, 84, set back in 1983. I don't think we have a shot at breaking that, but we have a shot at breaking a record over the weekend, though. This is a syndication type of weather. If you know anything about TV shows, you know how when they put a television show basically in syndication, it's for reruns. So it's rerun type of weather, a little bit warmer still, 69 to 79, 69 hills, 79 lower elevations, south wind 5 to 10. Record breaker possibly for the weekend. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes. Back to you, Justin.
All right, thank you, Dakota. Our top story, testimony from the mother of a 16-month-old who was brutally murdered in April 2014 was highlighted during the first day of the Hadnett murder trial. 35-year-old Tyler Cash Perez is charged with second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter in connection with the death of 16-month-old Nayla Hadnett, a death which Chautauqua County's first assistant district attorney Michael Flaherty says resulted from being beaten badly. Prosecutors say that Perez allegedly committed the crime while Nayla's mother, Angel, went to the store. Now, yesterday, she testified that her infant seemed her regular self just hours before she took a 10 to 15-minute walk to Fresh Cut Meats and More. The prosecutor says that Perez allegedly committed the crime while Angel Hadnett went to the store. Hadnett testified that she later discovered that Nayla threw up in her bed and assumed that she had the flu because one of her brothers had the flu around the time of her death. Angel Hadnett further explained that she, along with other family members, brought Nayla to WCA Hospital before she was taken to Buffalo Children's Hospital. A doctor at Children's also testified yesterday that Hadnett's blood pressure and oxygen level were both very low when she was brought to the hospital. In addition, Hassinger, the doctor who testified, told the court that the infant sustained significant trauma to her abdomen and her pancreas. Nayla Hadnett was pronounced dead the morning of April 17, 2014. Now, the court remains in session right now. Our Matt Hummel is continuing to follow all of the developments from Mayville. Full coverage of the Hadnett murder trial is posted on WNYNewsNow.com. Just click on the link at the top of the page labeled Hadnett Murder Trial. In other news, a Warren, Pennsylvania man is facing rape and sexual abuse charges after the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office alleged he engaged in sexual acts with a juvenile victim. We do not know the gender. 24-year-old Stephen Jackson is charged with first-degree rape and first-degree sex abuse. Deputies say that through investigation into a report of a suspicious situation on Courtwright Road in the town of Asheville, they found that Jackson allegedly engaged in sexual acts with a juvenile between August and December of 2017. Now, a warrant was issued for Jackson's arrest, and he was taken into custody today. Jackson was transported to the Chautauqua County Jail for centralized arraignment. And Congressman Tom Reed says his sudden collapse at the Capitol Rotunda Thursday was caused by an undiagnosed case of pneumonia. The congressman collapsed during a medical emergency Thursday afternoon before he was scheduled to appear on Fox Business Network. Spectrum News reporter Samantha Jo Roth tweeted that Reed was unconscious for about 30 seconds or so after he hit the ground. Paramedics checked his vitals before wheeling him out on a gurney. Now, in a statement to the media today, the congressman thanked everyone for their thoughts and prayers. Reed says he plans to return to work on Monday. And a lawmaker in Chautauqua County is pushing a motion that supports a permanent ban on the sale and distribution of flavored e-cigarettes. Legislative Chairman P.J. Wendell tells WNY News Now that vaping in public schools is a growing problem. As a coach and physical education teacher, he's concerned for the safety of his students.
Some schools they're referred to as the jewel rooms now, not the bathrooms, because that's where kids go and vape. When you're looking at Tutti Frutti and cotton candy and bubble gum and blue raspberry, you're not targeting a sophisticated adult. These are children's flavors.
Now this week, New York became the first state to ban the sale of flavors used in e-cigarettes, although the emergency regulation will expire in 90 days unless it is renewed. Retailers now have 2 weeks to remove the merch from their store shelves. Wendell says he hopes the motion will send lawmakers in Albany the message that after the 90-day ban ends, a more permanent law should be passed. Nationwide, health officials are investigating hundreds of cases of serious breathing illnesses in people who use e-cigarettes and other vaping devices. So far, hundreds of vape shops from across the state are condemning the new measure. Now, North County legislator Terry Niebel tells us he looks forward to learning more about the issue before this vote. Although Niebel says currently he believes supporting a ban is a good idea. Chautauqua County's motion will be discussed further during Wednesday's legislative meeting, and that's Wednesday night in Mayville. Well, good Friday to all of you. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Justin Gould, our Matt Hummel is on assignment doing his due diligence and covering the Nayla Hodnett murder trial that topped our news this morning. Certainly, very gruesome details coming out, something that we expected with this trial. We've spoken, reported on a long time when Nayla's aunt, Camille, who has alleged these types of acts from speaking with her family members. So certainly, we've seen that come out now, and we'll continue to report on that and see kind of where things go. Matt is in court now. They did recess a little bit earlier this morning, but I've scheduled to pick up right back here at noon. So we cannot bring him on live, obviously. Hello to Renee. Hopefully you are doing good. Good to see you as always. Hopefully you have a good weekend. It does look like it's going to be pretty nice out there. Joseph, thanks for tuning in. Scott, hello to you. Good afternoon to the Jesters Promoting Company as well, a valued partner here at WNY News Now. Samantha, hello. Kathleen, Linda has joined us. David is here. Pam has joined us, Andrew and Joseph as well. David commenting about the Hodnett trial. So the trial is so sad. May justice be served in that, and certainly yes. And Samantha commenting, please keep your loved ones safe. And certainly that's all kind of what we pray for, I'm sure. Coming up next, more local news to tell you about startling statistics for drivers here in Chautauqua County. But first, after months of delay, a brewery here in downtown Jamestown will soon be reopening its doors. Dakota.
They will sell no wine until it's time. Some people watching that may get it right now. Justin's too young. But anyway, blue sky right now, 67 degrees, variable wind to 3, and that air pressure over 30 inches, high pressure overhead. More of that's on the way. WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
I've walked my talk. I've brought officials to meet the community. It should be a government by the people, for the people. I've stood alone to represent the citizens of the city for transparency, accountability, and fiscal responsibility. My values haven't changed. I stand for you. Vote November 5th. Liuzzo for mayor.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
And happening now, a downtown Jamestown brewery will soon be reopening its doors after obtaining its liquor license this week. The Jamestown Brewing Company announced on Facebook they'll be reopening Monday, September 30th with beer, wine, and liquor. Now, the bar and restaurant temporarily closed earlier this month while the establishment worked to obtain a state liquor license. The brewery, located on the corner of West 3rd and Washington Streets, previously opened in July without one. The group originally planned to open in spring 2018, but several delays in renovating the property pushed that date back. Now, construction was slowed even more by litigation between the brewery, developers, property owners, and redeveloper G. Patty Enterprises. The business is expected to employ between 30 and 40 people. The restaurant will seat 280 guests in 5 different areas. And a recent report by TRIP, a national transportation research group, found that 8% of bridges here in Chautauqua County are poor in structurally defective condition. Now, published this month, the report found that 42 of the county's 558 bridges are in need of work. The county has received funding from New York State's Bridge NY program for bridge repair work. Now, several projects are underway as work heads into this fall season. In New York State, 10% of all bridges are listed in bad shape. Furthermore, the report says a significant number of New York bridges have surpassed or are approaching 50 years old, which is typically intended the design life for the bridges during the era that they are built in. Now, the cost of repairing and preserving bridges increases as they age and they reach the end of their intended life design, according to the report. The report also found that 5%, that's 26 of 480 bridges in Cattaraugus County, were in poor and structurally defective condition as well. Well, a powerful, heart-stopping PSA is shedding the light on school shooting. The terrifying events and alarming rates across the country take center stage in this new ad, which hopes to raise awareness for signs of violence in children, hopefully leading to an end of deadly school shootings. The video you see here shows kids sporting ordinary back-to-school items as a shooting unfolds, and they have to protect themselves. Sandy Hook Promise is a nonprofit that was founded in the aftermath of the massacre there that was almost 7 years ago now. 26 people, including 20 children, were shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012. Learn more about the organization hoping to prevent future tragedies at sandyhookpromise.org. Well, we all want to look our best, but experts say there are 5 bad habits that may be doing more harm than good. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaithner has more.
Stopping wrinkles starts at night. The first thing you should do to prevent aging, sleep on your back.
Stomach sleepers and side sleepers in the middle of the night on the pillow, you're getting actually a pulling of your skin that over time can form wrinkles prematurely.
Northside Hospital Gwinnett's Dr. Barbara Joy Jones also says nighttime is the right time to nurture your eyes. Part of that, putting down the cell phone so they aren't strained any further, and
under your eyes is the thinnest skin on your entire body, and so you want to make sure that you put a good eye cream and moisturize underneath.
And if you enjoy a hot shower or bath, stop. Joan says it could be aging you.
In the shower, you will actually deplete your skin of its moisture and water. And so when you're taking showers, make sure that they're lukewarm to warm.
Stress will age you more than anything, Joan says. Find ways to lessen stress before bed, which brings up the next point, getting a good night's sleep.
When you don't get enough sleep, the blood vessels actually become leaky. And so therefore you show it on your face in the form of under eye circles and swelling and dark circles and bags.
Changing bad habits now can help bring good health in the future. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. Now, moisturizing your face and body is another important thing to keep doing so your skin looks younger and healthier. Well, it seems like that report just took all the fun out of life right there. I myself am a side sleeper. I don't know why. I like to be cuddled up real tight. So it's so very interesting to see kind of what the experts have to say about it. And everyone loves a hot shower. I'm a night shower too. I think we talked about this before on the program. So it seems like, I guess for me, I better be putting a heck of a lot of moisturizer on there. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And the other thing too is sometimes it seems like, especially in today's world, it's always unfair to women, right? Where men can sort of age, right? You get the touch of gray, they call it. They advertise it out there. But for women, they are supposed to look young and healthy. It's like these stereotypes, you know? I mean, who's to say that you can't have a wrinkle? It shows that you've been around and you're experienced and professional. Just my 2 cents on the topic. Happy Friday to Mark. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for that comment. Hopefully you have a good weekend. And yes, go Bills. Haven't they been doing great? We really can't wait to see what they're going to do this weekend. For sure, because that will look great. My mother, I see, joining us. Amy, hello to you. You missed our beauty segment, but let me tell you, she's one of the many beautiful women in the world. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a look at our weather. And Mark, good news for you. Our Norm Rodriguez is here with a look at sports and how the Bills may do this weekend. Fingers crossed as WNY News Now returns.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, you know, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back, and I'm a side sleeper myself as well. I wanted to start off with the current fall foliage report here just released today. There is, the leaves are starting to change across much of New York State, but once you get near the, basically near Buffalo and the eastern southern tier, no change yet, but it's nearing mid-peak already in the Adirondacks up here. So this is the place to be right now. This is where the colors are flourishing, but all the colors across the state will be flourishing here pretty soon as we continue to get near peak for the foliage. So here's what's coming up. It's a re-one type of weather. You know, it's going to be another comfy night tonight. Not as cool, blah, blah, blah. Same thing as it's been the past couple of days. Just take yesterday's show, rewind it, and you've got today's weather. It's just I'm wearing a different suit. That's the only difference for this. The weekend is looking fantastic. We've been telling you about this, and we say goodbye to summer this weekend, and we say hello to fall. So what exactly is the fall equinox? Sometimes I like to, I like to do a little bit of teaching sometimes. Basically, the fall equinox is when we have direct rays coming directly from the sun, hitting basically the Earth's equator, which means we have equal day and equal night across much of the hemisphere, and we have less daylight each and every day until we get to the winter solstice. Of course, I've been mentioning it, how it's not until after Christmas when we actually start gaining daylight once again. So, yeah. Just keep looking forward to December. Current temperatures right now, 67 Jamestown, 77 in Dunkirk, also over in Erie, and Olean's actually warmed up nicely into the mid-60s. Yesterday, you were actually still down into the 50s, but now we're starting to warm up across much of the area. Tonight is Friday Night Lights, is the next JHS home game. Don't you love this new graphic? Yeah, we spent hours working on this yesterday. Temperature 74 degrees at kickoff tonight. It's Jamestown versus Bennett, Olmsted, and Buffalo. 72 at halftime, down to 69. Not a whole lot of change. Sunny to clear skies throughout the game. So go Red Raiders. It's going to be a nice night for football down there. Here's what's happening in Texas. I told you yesterday about how we had a tropical depression that kind of fizzled out. Some parts near Houston had 30 to 40 inches of rain. Let me say that again, 30 to 40 inches of rain over the past 2 days. And this has become a big flooding issue down here. But the good news is the rain is starting to taper off there. That's the good news here. Here's our current hurricane here. This is Hurricane Jerry. It's now out here in the Atlantic. This thing is going to continue to curve out into the open Atlantic. Will be no threat to land. Right now it's a hurricane with 85 mile per hour winds. So back here tonight, temperatures not as chilly as it has been in past night, 54 to 63, but still mainly clear. Fog will start to set up again overnight with a light south wind. Again, when you have south winds that are light, again, a good idea for some fog. All right, zone by zone here, temperatures in the eastern areas, mid-70s here. Another repeat day. Again, it's basically just, syndication type of weather, and I think we'll take it because, we all know what's coming up here pretty soon. So the Lake Erie shoreline here, temperatures flirting with 80, and we've been talking about this over the past couple of days, how there's a warm-up heading for the weekend. Will it happen? We'll find out now as the next 7 days of your life are coming up on the screen. 78 on Saturday again, 82 Sunday. The record high is 83 on Sunday. We'll see if we can hit it and see if we can tie or break that record. And fall starts Monday and the temperatures fall along with that. 69 Tuesday and lower 70s Wednesday and Thursday. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, Community Partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
Rejoice sports fans, it is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In Class AA high school football action, tonight at 7 o'clock, the Clarence Red Devils will be hosting a conference game versus the Lancaster Legends. Another Class AA game which will be played tonight at 7 o'clock will be the Lockport Lions going on the road to face off against the Frontier Falcons. A non-conference game, which will also be played at 7 o'clock, Tonight will be the Olean Huskies, a Class B3 school, will be on the road against the merged Randolph-Frewsburg team, who are in Class C. Tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m., the Jamestown Jackals basketball team will be hosting open tryouts. Taking place at the Jamestown YMCA, it's an opportunity for basketball players to receive an invite to Jackals training camp, which will be in January 2020. The pre-registration fee is $211, and the last-minute registration fee is $232. Registration and ticket payments can be done on the Jamestown Jackals team website. On Sunday at 1 o'clock, the 2-0 Buffalo Bills will have their first home game of the season as they will host the 0-2 Cincinnati Bengals. Buffalo is off to their first 2-0 start since 2014, defeating the New York Giants 28-14 in their last game last Sunday. Meanwhile, Cincinnati is off to the 0-2 start with rookie head coach Zach Taylor, losing their last game 41-17 to the San Francisco 49ers. Before the start of the game, there will be a ceremony to honor Bills superfan Pancho Villa, who passed away back in May due to pancreatic cancer. The game will be televised on CBS. That's it for sports today. Justin, back to you.
All right, Norm. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Well, it's Friday, and for those fried rice lovers, yeah, Dakota knows what's next. It's got its own holiday. Fried rice is made with a combination of rice, peas, carrots, onions, and eggs, and you can even add shrimp, my favorite, chicken, or beef. Now, restaurant company Bahina founded National Fried Rice Day last year. You can celebrate by sharing your meal with the hashtag National Fried Rice Day and by, of course, eating that delicious treat. What do you think, Dakota?
Friday.
Friday. You like it? That's creative.
Who came up with that?
Our wire service. We can thank them for that. So, I love fried rice. I love the shrimp more than the fried rice itself. But
I'm more of a fan of rice, not so much fried rice.
Yeah,
but
like the steamed rice type stuff.
Sort of like what do they call it? Minute rice.
Yeah. You put it in the microwave and it heats up.
Yeah. Well, I can't cook. So
it has to be microwave.
Anything you put in the microwave is my kind of cooking. That's why I have a little bit of this, because I don't eat like I should, because I don't cook.
Well, I'm lucky enough that I don't always have to cook, but when I do, I cook fried rice.
There's a meme, ladies and gentlemen. So the weekend forecast, we've been talking about this. It's going to be very warm. The record high on Sunday is 83 degrees, set back in 1961. We'll see if we can hit it, but I think we might fall a little bit short. And the Bills home opener forecast, if you're heading to Orchard Park, to New Era Field, for it, 79, 83, 79. A few more clouds throughout the game, but apply that sunscreen as you head out to the Bills Stadium Sunday.
Awesome. Dakota, thank you. And I'm kind of one of those converted Bills fans. Just the last couple of weeks. I know you're a big Patriots fan. And I know Matt, huge Steelers fan. I come from a Steelers family. But they're looking good. I mean, 2 wins, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm not going to say anything.
But
I'm not going to say anything, but the folks internally know I have a theory, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday.
Oh, don't pull a Matt Hummel. He never tells us anything.
That's something to contemplate for the weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Dakota's theory would take way too long to explain. Yeah. So, and he'd probably piss off Bills fans. But just know, Bills fans, I love you. I'm supporting you.
I'm a Patriots fan. I can't be a Bills fan, in any sort of retrospect. I'm sorry.
Okay, goodbye, Dakota.
Okay, see you Monday. Goodbye.
Switch them up. Goodbye. We leave you with the Chautauqua Lake camera. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you Monday.